Hey, hello everybody again. Back here. I know it hadn't been that long. On the previous video, I had mentioned that I didn't really have enough time, and I talked a little bit just briefly about myself, so you kind of know where I'm coming from and where I'm at, but it was pretty brief. And I also want to talk about just a little bit about my book I published a little over a year ago. This isn't designed to be like a promo, so to speak. I don't know. I hate that. Just understand that I think there's a lot of good stuff in the book that can help you in your walk, in your journey through life. And nothing more than that. Believe me, most of us who write and publish books are starving artists. It's not about, for me anyway, it hadn't been about making any kind of money. It's about sharing things that I feel God's placed in my heart, and I'm compelled to share with others. It's pretty raw, it's pretty open. The name of the book is NOMAD. Again, my author name, my full name I use is Timothy W. Carroll. I would encourage you to get a copy. I think it'll guide you in your walk. It really appeals to all age groups. Excuse me. It could be, teenagers, young adults, and then into adultum, in the middle age, even elderly. Because we all have this walk and this journey. And it's ironic, in this life that we walk, that we live out, in some ways, we're so similar, we can relate to the things that we go through. At the same time, each person's walk, each person's experience is unique. So we have these similarities, which are fantastic to help us relate to one another, but then we all have that unique facet to our individual life. What NOMAD is, it's a compilation of prose and poetry. And I'm even cautious when I say poetry. It wasn't intentionally written down that I was trying to be a poet. I was simply journaling, and that's the style of writing that I liked. I am anything but an intellect. I'm not an intellect, and if you know me, that's true. I am more of a philosophical type. I think constantly. I dream. I wonder about. I try to work things out in my mind all the time, and that's kind of how my writing is just trying to work out my faith, my walk, trying to make sense of things, and working through that, wrestling with thoughts like that. So the book, back to that, and if I sound like I'm rambling, I apologize. I just want to do this in a short period of time. The book NOMAD, it's short stories, poetry. I call it prosody. Kind of wraps it up. And when you read each story, when you read each poem, keep in mind that what it is it's how I was feeling exactly at that moment, what I was experiencing and how it felt to be in that moment. It's not condoning something. It's just being raw and real. This is what happened. This is what's going on. This is how I feel. Doesn't mean I'm not talking about right and wrong within that poem. It just takes you there. It's very raw. It's very real. But then to follow up each poem, I've shared some real in-depth scripture that correlates with what I've written. Now, the purpose of that is then it brings you back into purpose and direction and where to go with what maybe you've just read as you meditate on it. So it's unique. I don't think there's anything out there like it. So it is a little more difficult because of that to describe to people. And the thing is, they're short reads. It's the type of book that I feel you could read through over and over again throughout life. Just pick it up from time to time or read a little bit each evening. But even if you're not a reader, I think you'll really enjoy it. I'm not an intellect. I don't use ginormous, crazy, stupid words. I like to be creative with my words. I love to write. But it's the kind of thing to help you to chew on some things. And the book, it's like an album. You may love some of the stuff you read and then may not like other stuff so much. So it's NOMAD. Easiest way to get a copy of it is on Amazon.com. Timothy W. Carroll.